Good afternoon, Dorothy.
Good afternoon, Pamela.
It's great to have you with us this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Yes, tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Dorothy Muhebi. I'm Kenyan. I'm 59 years old. Women don't like to tell their age, but I'm a proud nearly 60 years old.
I like that.
Yeah, and I've been working with AWARD, African Women in Agricultural Research and Development in Africa. And I've been there for 10 years since its inception.
I know one of the things that I've admired about you over the years, especially during the mentoring coordination, is your ability to be very discreet, confidentiality. You're very good at that. Now that, you sound like you're very easy with this, you did it and it went well. Did you have some kind of training? Did you read? How did you, tell us, how did you get into mentoring coordination?
To tell you the truth, I had no background and I didn't really do a lot of reading.
Yes.
But it turns out that my background and my experience, because I've worked in the agricultural research and development sector for the past 35 years.
Wow.
At that time it was maybe about 30 years.
Yes.
And these are people, you work with people and networks, you do a lot of networking. And over the years you learn people's personalities.
Yes.
And I came to find that worked for me as a mentoring coordinator, because I was able to read people and identify different personalities that match different mentees. But also I was able to attract very senior mentors because, as I mentioned to you, I've been told that I'm a very good networker.
You are, Dorothy. You are.
Yeah. So I could convince these high-profile professionals to be mentors. And then as we continue to attract very high-profile mentors, the program grew its profile.
Yes. Thank you. Now, what do you wish someone had told you as before you even started the mentoring coordination, and maybe along the way, in those first days? What do you wish you knew?
One of them is the time. Yeah. It's a lot. You have to sacrifice a lot of time because you have to give each individual, each mentor, each mentee, and the pair time. If you don't give them time, you're not going to get the quality of the mentoring that you think you'll get.
Yes.
Yeah. So time was something that was big, and maybe just other case studies or experiences from other people who had run a mentoring program, because we're making mistakes at times.
Yeah.
And I could have done with more information on that.
Yes.
And the other thing I learned was my instinct, more than listening to the third parties, worked.
Tell me more about this instinct. Is it a sixth sense of some sort? Or?
Apparently, I have a very good instinct or sixth sense, yeah.
Wow.
So the times that I went wrong most of the time is when I listen to too much on other people. Okay, don't get me wrong. Yes. I do listen to other people when you're looking in the background of the mentor to see what kind of a mentor they are. And then the mentee in terms of their technical skills and their personality. But the very intimate details that I don't recommend listening to other people.
Okay. Yeah. So you sort of looked at a mentor, looked at a mentee, and something told you that this will work.
Yeah.
And most of the time it worked.
Actually, they nicknamed me the matchmaker.
If I remember well.
Yeah. I became officially the matchmaker because of that sixth sense. Because you can get the best professional who can be a mentor, but he's not necessarily the best mentor for this particular mentee. So I had this sixth sense, and the reason they called me matchmaker was to match the right mentor to the right mentee.
Wow.
Yeah, that is a bit that I can't explain. It just came right.
Yes. And tell me, do you remember any specific pair now that stands out for you that really did good?
Oh, there's so
matched
many.
And went so well.
Okay, maybe I'll share two examples. Two ladies.
Yes.
And a male and a female, so that just to encourage people that It's not necessarily that if you're a woman, you must be mentored by a woman,
Yes.
or you must be mentored by a man. It just depends on your interests and what you want to grow as a mentee.
Yes.
There was this lady who is internationally known. She's been a donor. She works in development. She lived in the US and she lives in Europe. And she's very, very busy. But she kept on telling me she wants to be an award mentor. And I didn't think it was going to work because we tend to encourage mentors to live near mentees. But because of her relationship with us,
yes,
I decided I'll give her a try.
Yes.
Now I had to go through the list of award fellows to identify the fellow who can match her. She's very smart, very intimidating, but very committed. And I knew that if I get a fellow who is laid back, she'll be put off.
Yes.
At the same time, I needed a fellow who is not easily intimidated but very hardworking. So I just didn't pick what she thought was a good mentee, but I knew her personality, her strengths and weaknesses. So the mentee I gave her, I knew would match that personality and also her technical skills. And this pair went on to publish together and appear on so many global platforms. And as a ward, we were so proud to be associated with such a high-profile mentor. But a lot of people don't know the behind the scenes. You know,
what went on behind the scenes to get it that good.
Yeah. So I was so proud of the mentee, but I was also so proud of the mentor. The second example maybe I'd like to share is we have this male mentor that is so passionate in building African women.
Yes.
And he was just willing to do whatever he could do to help. And we had a mentee who didn't have a mentor. And she was from a different country. And he told me, who told you that you have to be face to face to communicate? What happened to telephones? What happened to conferences? And this pair went on to have as many meetings as if they were living close by because they were innovative. But it just took a mentor with the passion and interest and that willingness to help a younger African woman to come up. And this particular mentor went on to mentor about 5
other women
on the program.
Awesome.
That is really awesome.